Alright, so in today's video, we are going to be talking about Power Rangers Beast Morphers, my thoughts about it, and where do I see this season, and where do I see Power Rangers as of now? Well, we are going to talk about that in today's video. Hello Internet, it's Andrew Michael here, and welcome to another Power Rangers video. Now, if you are new here, basically, I've been starting to do some more Power Ranger related stuff, well, simply because of the fact that I like Power Rangers. If you're wondering why the hell am I in a car, well, it's just simply put, I just used to do these for news videos, and it's just a little throwback because I just have not done a video in my car in God knows how long, so anyways, let's get into today's video. The reason I feel like I'm doing this and the reason I feel like it's a good venture to go out to is because even if you type in Power Rangers on Twitter and if you look on YouTube, you see that there are plenty of content being put out there for people to, talk about Power Rangers. And with Power Rangers Beast Morphers coming out, and with Hasbro taking the reins of the toys and the show, it does seem like there is a breath of fresh air for the franchise, to the point to where back in 2017, 2018, no one was excited for Power Rangers, let's put it like that. It wasn't the fact that Power Rangers was dead, like that one YouTube advisor had told MMPR Toys. Yes, I did watch that video, I just haven't talked about it yet. Back in 2017, 2018, people were saying, well, is Power Rangers a dead franchise? And unfortunately, people were losing interest in Power Rangers. They just stopped watching because it wasn't interesting. It wasn't a show that they felt made sense, and I couldn't disagree with them. It made sense that the show, especially Ninja Steel, was one of those shows where it just didn't make sense. The writing was a little horrible. Nothing made sense. Anyways, don't you just love it when you're trying to record a video and then some random spammer tries calling you? Anyways, going back to my original point, 2018 was a weird era for Power Rangers because in 2018, Super Ninja Steel was coming along, and then, Bandai America, if you guys didn't follow, Bandai America made the toys for Power Rangers for a long, long time. And during the neo-saban era, it did feel like Power Rangers was losing quality. And it did feel like starting from Megaforce on, it did feel like the quality of Power Rangers dropped significantly than what we had seen from Disney and what we had seen in the early Saban era. And with Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel, it did see like maybe this was going to be the final hurrah for Power Rangers, or else something was going to happen. And then something did happen, Bandai America just didn't want to make the toys anymore, so they left. And then Hasbro saw the opportunity, and they were making Transformer toys, and they were doing really well. So Hasbro bought the toy licenses for Power Rangers. And then we got the huge news about Hasbro buying Power Rangers as a whole. So the neo-saban era would end, because that whole neo-saban era could have been way, way better. But it just wasn't, It was an interesting time because people didn't understand why Power Rangers was just bad, and it was just because of the fact that maybe the writing was bad too for the shows, and the toys could have been so much more better. They could have been like the Japan ones. Like Bandai Japan makes really good toys. They have been making them for ages now, and the toys there are fantastic, whereas the ones in America just look like they're made for kids that don't even care about the quality of the toys. And now we're here in 2019. In 2019, it feels like we went from Power Rangers and no one being interested and excited about it to now in 2019, where people are interested about Power Rangers, especially with Beast Morphers, and especially with Hasbro taking over the reins for what is happening with Power Rangers. And I do feel like if Power Rangers had started a month early, maybe we wouldn't have to have a super season. But it does seem like with Hasbro, we may or may not get a super season. Who knows? But what I've seen lately is that the Power Rangers episodes have been really fantastic. Now, of course, this is Hasbro's first season doing this, so of course they're going to screw up a little bit, but that's a given with any new company that is taking over a major product. For its first year, it's going to struggle for the most part because of the fact that it's not really used to doing that. But with Power Rangers Beast Morphers, it does seem like they have something going. Like, the storylines that they tell every single week are not consistent, but the thing with it is that because they're not consistent, it makes each episode feel like as if you didn't watch it, you might have missed something. And with these later episodes, like, I would say from episode 5 and on, like, the first 4 episodes were Hasbro testing out the waters and seeing what direction should they go, which way should they go here and there. And if you didn't know, each and every single episode had a different writer, so it was all a different thing. So each episode having different writers would see what worked, what didn't work. And from episode 5 through 8, yes, the main thing was, changing, but there was also this one part of the storyline that went on as we went and kept going through as we went. And when we got that episode about them first capturing the big robot, and with Devin and his father, trying to work things out with Devin the mayor wanting Devin to succeed, he saw that the Red Ranger and the Rangers was doing really well in person. And then in episode 6, we started building to something. We started seeing a Beast helmet being transformed into something in episode 8, so we got to see something being carried over. So it was like as if you missed episode 6, like you would miss what would happen in episode 7, and if you missed episode 7 and episode 8 came along, especially episode 8, you'd be like, where the heck did this come from? How did we go from the Rangers going in a hangar and beating up a B-Spot and beating up the local villain of the week to now we have the Gold and Silver Ranger? And it's a pretty interesting thing that they left off on, because it does seem like we are going into a hiatus now for about 2 or 3 months, which means I'm probably not going to be able to cover any episodes because of the fact that we are in a hiatus. But for me, I do feel like Power Rangers Beast Morphers episodes 1 through 8 have been a very interesting season, I will say this far. Of course, everyone does say that the writing is a little inconsistent because every single episode is written by a different person. Regardless of that, I think each episode alone, if you don't look at them in a whole, each episode has done a fair enough job, especially the second episode and the third episode. The third episode, they really didn't do much with. It was one of those episodes where if you missed it, you wouldn't have missed anything, because except for the fact that we found out that the reporter, which they haven't really used that, and that was the last time we saw the reporter. We haven't seen it in any other episodes from what I've believed. And it was the one episode where they had the X-Bikes and they were, trying to see if the Rangers would use them. Obviously, they haven't used them since that episode. And it just seemed like episode 3 was the least important out of all the other 8 episodes. And episode 2 did enough to establish a foundation of what the Rangers do, why exactly they have animal DNA, and the fact that they do have animal DNA, which is pretty interesting to see that. And also, for every episode, it does seem like we are getting a huge RPM vibe. And especially with Time Force, it does seem like we're getting a vibe of Time Force and maybe some RPM, where it's a season where you don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but then once it gets here, it's really solid and it's really good, and it establishes a feeling of excitement towards Power Rangers. And I feel like with Power Rangers Beast Morphers, especially with the toys that I've seen as well, that's another thing I do want to talk about. The Power Ranger Beast Morphers toys and the whole Hasbro line, for the most part, the actual boxes, if you look at them, by the way, I did post a picture of what the actual toys look like, and I've put them on Twitter, so if you want to see them, I might just throw it up here if I still have the pictures. The actual toys themselves actually feel like as if they're actually good quality toys. Like, they're not the best quality that we've seen. They're not like Bandai Japan kind of, but they're more like better toys than we've seen from neo-saban, which is a huge step, because anything above neo-saban's a good thing. But these toys do feel like Hasbro put some time and effort into actually making these toys, do more than just make one sound. And you spend like $30 on a morpher that only has like 3 or 4 sounds. You can do a lot with that morpher. And the morpher itself looks like something that you could spend $25 on. It makes it feel like it's a $25 toy. And it's just one of those things where the toy department is something, if you're a kid's channel and you are something that wants to focus around kids, you got to make the toys look good, right? Well, the toys actually don't look that bad. They look really good. And the boxes themselves, they are a much better step up than what we've seen with Power Rangers in Bandai America. And I've seen the toys even at Walgreens. The toys themselves, even the big little guy, they don't sell for much. They only sell for like $9, a step up from what they had for the Dino Charge and the Ninja Steel little action figures, which was like $5 less than usual. And even the little Beast Bots you can find in there, I found them at Target, which I was very shocked at because I didn't think I would actually find them there. And I looked there and I looked at the toys and they were actually not that bad. And they had even little mask there. And I put it on, and for the first time I felt like I had like half of a Ranger helmet, because the plastic in the little helmet didn't feel like it was going to cut me if I tried to rub on it. And the plastic in the helmet, not in the helmet, but in the mask, just felt really strong, and it felt like something I could actually wear. And it actually, if I drop it, it won't bust into a million pieces. So that's a really cool thing. Overall, I think Power Rangers Beast Morphers is in a great situation. I do feel like it's in a place where if you come back in 2 or 3 weeks, you're not going to lose that many viewers. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you leave a like and also subscribe if you are new around here. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you leave a like. And until next time, I'm Andrew Michael, and I'll see you guys next time. Thumbs up.